Yo, what up, people? William Kirk here. I just want to do a very short video about musician etiquette in regards to asking people to play gigs and reaching out to a mass number of musicians at once for a single gig. Now, typically, I hate cattle call gigs where people send you text messages or emails and then they give you this little bit of information and they say, well, gig Saturday, anybody can do it, and there's like 50 people attached to this, or 10 people, or 5 people, whatever, you know. And some people have their own way of doing it. I prefer not to do that because for me, that kind of just dilutes the whole outreach of trying to get the best player for the right gig. Not every player is set to do certain gigs. Not to say that they can't do it. It's just that some gigs require a certain intangible where either the musicianship or even the personalities that sometimes need to be pretty cohesive. I typically tend to just reach out to each single person down the line. If I have a list or, you know, a starting lineup of people I want to reach out to, I go down the list, I wait for them to say yay or nay, and then I go to the next one, and hopefully somebody falls through. But what I don't like is when people send me these clustered messages and then I'm getting like a bunch of random numbers coming in saying, oh, I can't do it, or I can, because I may not have their number stored, and it's just this big group messaging thing now. And from what I've come to find out in my experience, when people send these clustered messages about a gig, typically the gig usually has some disastrous elements to it. Whether the gig happens or the gig doesn't happen, something about the gig is just not savory. And I'm not saying that all gigs have to be fun and pay a lot of money, but what I am saying is, you know, there's something discomforting about doing the gig and playing music for a living. If this is what you do, like this is what I do, you want to be fully aware of what you're getting into. You can't just take a gig and just be like, well, it's paying this little bit amount of money, or it's this close or this far, or it's with these people, and just accept that the gig is going to go well. A lot of times I've taken gigs just based on like, all right, I'm going to do somebody a favor, and then come to find out the gig was canceled, or I never got all the music for it, or something weird just happens. And I just don't like getting a mass text message about a gig. So if that's what you do, just continue to do that if that's how you flow, but just don't put my name in it. You know, if you need me for a gig, if you need my skills and my abilities, you reach me personally and you say, yo, Will Kirk, I got this gig, man. I need you for it. If you're available, man, let me know. But, you know, if you're going to send a blast and, you know, I'm going to be incorporated with all these people, then chances are I'm less likely to even respond, because I'm kind of like, well, this gig could be anything and could involve any level of mayhem and madness that I'm just not willing to deal with right now in my life or ever. I mean, not that I'm a gig snob or anything, but I like to be in situations where I know all the details, and I like to kind of know what I'm getting into. It's just like anybody else with any type of job. Like, you call a plumber, you tell the plumber what's wrong with the sink, and they like to kind of know beforehand that they're going to work on the sink, or they kind of, you know, doctors want to know what body parts are hurting or need treatment before you come up in the office. You know, it's that type of thing. Like, I don't want to show up to a gig and then come to find out, oh, I'm singing, oh, I'm playing, and then I'm MDing because the people don't know how to read music or the people don't know the music. So, with that being said, if you need me for what I do, hit me personally. Say, William Kirk, man, got this thing. You can email, you can text, you can call, leave a message, but please have the details in hand, because I've already gone on rants about this online. I've already done long, epic spiels about lack of details, and it's just something that has become very common now more than ever because of, I guess, technology. People just figure, well, you know, I'll just send this little message, make sure they get it, and maybe they'll take the gig, maybe they won't. But, you know, when you're dealing with high-class assassins in the game, you don't call those people and give them no details and expect them to respond. So don't do that to me. I've been in it long enough to know what's good, and I've been working with enough people, certain levels, various levels, you know what I mean? Whether it's locally, nationally, whatever the case is, it doesn't matter. But just show me the earnest respect that you're treating me like a pro, like other people in their professions get treated like professionals. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I want to say. Try to keep it short as I can, but keep it grooving, and holla at your boy on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and of course Facebook. So find me on there. We'll rap soon. Peace.